When I first saw Fatekeeper in my Steam discovery queue, I was absolutely shocked. How could a game that looked like this only cost $10? The short answer is that it does, and it doesn't. You see, this game was released into early access on June 2nd, so that $10 you're paying today is only for about a 2-hour demo, with the promise of a fuller, more refined product in around 18 months. Even with the risk of paying for the privilege of beta testing a game that could theoretically never come out, I still couldn't resist this gorgeous looking new Skyrim-like RPG. The question is, should you pick it up too? I think so, but let's dig a little further into why I think so, as well as what I think Paraglacial Studio needs to change before the final release of the game. Before that though, if you want more thoughtful, honest game reviews and video essays on video games and pop culture at large, please consider subscribing. We're coming up on 1,000 subscribers, and I would love to have you on this journey. Now, back to the review. I know I probably sound like a broken record mentioning the visuals of this game over and over again, but the environments really are stunning.
What a sight.
The textures are delicious, and the different looks of steep mountain passes and dank crypts are actually incredibly inviting. The game obviously tries to look like its biggest inspiration, the Elder Scrolls games, but it manages to not only look better, but also avoid being an obvious copy-paste. The character designs though, well, I'm less in love with them. This might be the most unfortunate looking character I've been made to play as since RV There Yet was released. When the game comes out, we have got to have a character creator, because this ain't it. This ugly piece of shit needs to get off my screen right now. This is unacceptable. The druid that you play as looks like the last place contestant in a Rob Zombie lookalike contest, or maybe Bert Kreischer if he got really into black metal. And the enemies, while well enough designed, can sometimes look a bit Play-Doh-y when they're ragdolled out in front of you. The game also has a bit of an over-the-top, grimdark edge to it that can cross the line into being goofy sometimes, especially when combined with the vocal performances.
There, Mark arrived, the Stone Father.
I found this to exacerbate some of the tonal inconsistency in the game too. The talking rat character feels like he's supposed to be a bit of a comic relief from this edgy, depressing world, except he's not funny. On purpose at least. And the real comedy usually comes from the over-the-top physics, where you can kick some goblin freak and send him flying across the floor in the fetal position, spinning like a Beyblade. The gameplay really sings though. Combat is fast-paced, more difficult and punishing than Skyrim, but very satisfying and rewarding. It's a simple recipe, but an incredibly effective one. You have light and heavy melee attacks, a kick to break defensive enemy stances, a range of magic spells, and a dodge and a block at your disposal, as well as whatever the environment offers you. Oil slicks on the ground can beef up your fire spell, while a battle on a cliffside can turn your kick from a stance breaker into an outright execution. An archer on a seemingly out-of-reach balcony might be a real pain in the ass at first, but once you realize he's standing on a wooden platform you can destroy, you get to feel clever when you blow it up. The combat is really fun and absolutely scratches the itch it promises, but there are some mechanics and system level decisions that I think get in the way of it. As of right now, there's no way to heal yourself except for potions you can craft at specific crafting stations or by leveling up. There are Dark Souls style bonfires to rest at, which are the game's save points, but they don't heal you back to full health when you use them. I think this is just a huge oversight. There's some interesting tension that could be created by making healing resources scarce, but this game isn't a survival horror title. That just shouldn't be the main focus. And even if it was a goal of the developers, there are other better ways to do it. It didn't happen to me, but in this current system I could certainly see situations where someone softlocks themselves by saving with no healing items in the stretch before a boss battle. Another thing that I think needs to change before the full release is the skill tree. Fatekeeper has a massive Path of Exile style skill tree that allows you to focus your characters into different builds, increasing magic damage, melee damage, survivability, or your crafting ability. But it does the single most baffling thing I've seen a game do in a long time. When you put your first talent point into one of the branches, the others are completely blocked off until you level up enough to circle back around to them, or reach enough skill points invested overall that you unlock access nodes to get into the other parts of the tree. There's no explanation of how any of this works, and if, like me, you decide to play outside of your usual comfort zone and put your first skill point into magic, you're gonna be stuck getting useless mana increasing upgrades each level for quite a while. Those are far and away my two biggest complaints with the game, and I think they're both serious issues that need to be addressed before this game is completed next year. Next up, I'd really like to see another pass made on the script to fix up some of those tonal issues, as well as maybe add some side quests that convey some of the lore and world building, rather than being expedition dumped by the talking rat or the narrator on the loading screens. Especially because, as a game that aesthetically owes so much to Skyrim, it feels strange to actually progress the main story. The side content is so much of what makes that game, well, that game. I'd really like to see some amount of character customization, and I'd also love to see controller support added, because as of right now the only thing I could use my controller for was to hit start on the title screen. And this one is gonna sound like a weird complaint, but all of the armor and weapons in the game are actually a bit too cool. You're supposed to start out your RPG looking kind of dweeby, not like the final boss of a World of Warcraft raid. I know that I spent most of this video focusing on the negative side of Fatekeeper, but that's the beauty of their early access model. It gives players like me, or you, or anyone else who wants to take the time to give their feedback the chance to actually help this game realize the potential that I firmly believe it has. Fatekeeper looks slick, and the gameplay is genuinely really fun. That's two more things than the vast majority of titles on Steam manage to accomplish. And the gameplay being fun means the first and biggest hurdle is already clear. With some refining of the game's systems, some polishing of the world and the aesthetics, I think this game could be really, really dope. In its current early access build, I'm giving Fatekeeper a 4.5 out of 10. But at the current price of only $10, and with the two biggest issues with it being pretty easily fixable, I still think it's absolutely worth picking up. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It's quick, easy, and free, and it helps the channel immensely. Also, leave a comment with your thoughts on the game. Have you played it yet? What would you like to see changed for the full release? Do you disagree with any of my problems with the game? I'll see y'all soon with more reviews, shorts, and video essays, but until then, peace, love, and good games, y'all.